I
and
didn't.
decrease.
My mind read it right the first time.
Yeah, I read that too, and I was like,
Throwback.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Diz Idiots, the podcast about anything and everything in the world of Disney and everything else, because we are the dumbest Disney podcast online.
Are we the dumbest Disney podcast online?
No, I've seen some pretty dumb ones, and you know what I've seen that's really dumb? Some of these Disney TikToks that give you Disney facts.
Here's my age. What the hell's a TikTok?
Oh, I hate TikTok so much. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't watch TikToks because I'm old and I don't use that app. I watch YouTube Shorts, which is just TikToks people have uploaded on YouTube.
Wasn't there something before TikTok?
Vine.
That's it.
You're welcome.
And TikTok used to be called Musical.ly. And it had all those ads of like 16-year-old girls dancing in the ads, and they were creepy and pedophilic, and I don't deal with that shit.
People send me TikToks. Some are funny. Some are just okay. Sometimes I just go, why?
But some of the Disney ones where they're giving you Disney facts. My favorite one is it shows this light bulb painted in half because the pattern was wrong. And Walt told the guy to paint it in half, and they've kept it till this day. And every time I see that, I go, Walt would have had him fix the fucking pattern.
Yeah.
He would not have painted the light bulb.
Yeah.
He would have, if the solution to that day was painted to get it done, he would have. It had to be a fix and it had to be cheap. But he would have then said, that's fine. While you fix the pattern, that's okay.
Yes, it would not be here today.
Correct.
Right.
But there really is this half-painted light bulb in Disneyland in one of the marquee signs. So, I don't know. I don't know what's real, what's false.
It's social media.
Look, I also watch a shit pumper on the YouTube Shorts.
What's a shit pumper?
A septic guy.
Oh, that's true.
That. You know,
why did I have to ask?
Not everything. It's the internet. Take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes it's real. Sometimes it's not.
I tend to believe the shit pumper because...
Well, that's different.
But, it's weird shit. And, there's also a guy who does asset protection for a Walmart in Alabama.
That I can believe.
Okay.
That I could get behind.
And you hear the stories and you go, yeah, that probably happened.
Because it's I got people now. I have family and friends in Alabama, but it's Alabama and it's Walmart. I mean, it.
As three respective Northerners, once you go below the Mason-Dixon that far,
it's open season.
Not even open season. It's a whole different world there, son.
Do I get to count as a Northerner anymore? I am below the Mason-Dixon now.
You grew up, you count.
Yeah, you're from
No. Now I'm just one of those damn carpetbaggers.
Yeah. You still count with us.
I'm pulling out those terms you haven't heard since 5th grade history.
Do you guys watch him on YouTube? Carpetbagger?
No.
Do you know who this guy is?
Nope, I don't watch much YouTube.
I came across him because of Tim Tracker and Adam the Woo.
Both guys I watch, yes.
Yeah. So Carpetbagger is a guy that I'd say he's probably maybe like 10 years older than us, maybe 20, maybe he's pushing 50. I don't know. But he wears Crocs and he goes around, and this is what he does. He goes to tourist traps. And when I say tourist traps, I mean
There's
like
a Kool-Aid museum.
yeah.
Where?
Did you search him on
This
YouTube?
is a whole different tab being open here, kids.
I mean, like this guy. Sometimes his videos are actually entertaining, but like, what's funny to watch is when he talks about going to haunted houses, and the entire video is him just screaming through these haunted houses. And when I mean, like,
I've seen his videos through haunted houses.
oh jeez, oh god,
Love
but like,
it.
he does all these like campy like boardwalk attractions, and he'll do like Ripley's, and he'll do like
I have nothing. I dig it. I dig his vibe. I dig that.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh my god, who would have thought? There's clearly like followers of this. Like people watch him do like roadside attractions, so it's like, okay, I don't have to do it now because this guy did it for me.
Listen, there's time and a place, and he was at the right time at the right place.
Let me introduce you to how weird YouTube is. And how weird people like me can fall down holes. I once watched a channel of two people riding trains in England to every station.
Oh my. It's the Brighton line, run the Brighton line. It's the London to Brighton line.
The more impressive thing of it was they had to go on trains that could theoretically stop at every station. Some of the stations have request stop, so if no one requests it, doesn't stop.
Right.
But then when you see the actual logistics of it, because there are the ghost stations in England that get service like once a year, that they had to plan into this one trip where they rode every train.
Wow.
It was
wow.
That's
literally nuts to watch, but also really stupid. I've also watched people take the sleeper car trains. Why? I don't know. I have fallen down weird YouTube holes. There is a niche for everybody on YouTube.
There is. I mean, mostly if you look at my channel and the videos that I follow, it's nothing much but like Disney, Universal, Disney vloggers. I guess that would count as under Disney, and Kevin Smith. That's it.
There's a whole lot of theater in my.
I'm just going to read.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot of theater.
So I am going to read what the top 3 or 4 videos in my subscription feed are right now. We have the CU podcast, which is airing live right now, where they're talking about Comic-Con news. Hey, we'll be talking about that. No Minecraft NFTs, and a certain person retiring. Retiring.
Who retired recently?
I don't know. Fun thing, their theme song for the show is actually done by CFO Money, which is like the WWE theme writers.
That's awesome.
Then we have Resort TV 1 giving us a live staying at Riverside.
Nice.
Then we have my Walmart security guy giving us Whiskey Wednesday. And apparently, this is breaking news, and it's Disney news. We can break it here. Talking Trash Cans have returned to the Odyssey Pavilion at Epcot.
Wow.
They brought back the electric umbrella trash cans.
Nice. I like that.
Awesome.
I like that. That's a good. I like bringing that back. I support this.
That actually makes the cafe even more meaningful, then, to my opinion.
But it's not at the cafe.
Where is it at then?
It's at the Odyssey Pavilion.
Odyssey Pavilion.
Oh, Odyssey. Which there's like nothing there.
The bathrooms and first aid.
And food and well, I guess they throw in the food and wine festival. Like they'll throw in like kiosks in there too. Events.
Yeah. But it's the bathrooms. It's the way you go when you want to avoid the traffic in Epcot.
Well, now it's going to be crowded because everyone's going to go around taking videos of the talking trash cans.
People won't notice it's there.
That's true.
Just
That's
the
true.
ones who do that, and if folks, if you are there and someone's taking a video of a talking trash can, walk through their video. Do not be polite. You walk through the videos and pictures. They should wait like a normal human. Be a good kind of tourist and say, no, I'm walking through your video.
I have to go to the
Film it again.
bathroom.
Film it again, damn it.
Honestly, my favorite Disney meme is the little girl leaning on push, and it's just a picture of her in a trash can with just the line, "It's a Disney thing."
Yep.
Because, yeah, that's the ultimate if you know, you know. But,
And that would be cute as like a t-shirt. Because I don't know if you guys, Dozer, when you went down to did you guys do the World of Disney, the shop down there?
no, we'd never made it to Disney Springs.
Okay. They're now in the novelty market.
I've seen some of that stuff breaking through, yeah.
Yeah, like there were some cool shirts. Like the one that I bought down there was like a vintage 71 Walt Disney World shirt. And then on the back, it has every ride, like a checkoff box. It's every ride at Magic Kingdom in the year that the ride opened in Magic Kingdom. Actually, I think it's for all of the rides because it's all 4 parks for the 50th celebration. So, but
oh my gosh, they actually started rolling out good 50th merchandise. None of this was there when I walked through last year through World of Disney. It was all garbage.
That's what it was when I walked through in December. Garbage.
yeah. But like I don't know, I think it'd be cool to have a because there's this one t-shirt that said it was a picture of the castle and Spaceship Earth, and it said there were only 2 types of people in this world. And it's just a picture of Magic Kingdom and Epcot. As if like, which one are you?
They're wrong. Because I'm a dackle.
Mhm.
A dackle?
It sounded better than a dackhead.
Animal Kingdom, Disney's Animal
Disney
Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, yeah.
I'd say that I was that's my old home park, so original home park, so Dak Attack, baby.
That works. Dak Pack.
Dak Pack. Dak Pack!
Dak Pack.
You know what? I need that as a shirt. I
Mhm.
should make that.
They should actually make one for each park. That would be cool. Having a dueling parks thing. I like that.
Hashtag Dak Pack. Kingdom
Start the trend.
Keepers. Just steal that. Walt's Way. I don't know.
The Magic Makers. Wait.
I just here for Star Wars.
Magic Mob, Dak Pack.
Oh yeah, I'm here for Star Wars. That's the shirt right there. I'm just here for
Magic Mob, Dak Pack, Studio Squad, and
Excited Epcots.
The Epcot excitement. Go learn something.
The Experimentals.
The Epcot Scholars.
I like that. The Experimentals.
Epcot Experimentals. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. I like that.
That's deep cut right there.
It works. People would love it. You know what? There we go. There we go. Yeah, Bob. Hey, Bob, if you're listening, you're welcome.
Speaking of Bob, have you guys seen the latest trend about a petition that's been floating around?
Oh, God. It's not going to work, kids. No, I haven't seen it. What's going on?
So there is now a petition to replace Bob Chapek with Abigail Disney.
No!
Okay. We found the one person that makes Bob Chapek seem necessary.
I can't believe this actually started. There's a petition flying around there for.
I'm sorry, but someone actually asked me recently, like, well, why are none of the Disney's involved? I'm like, because you see how the company's still running. That's why.
Yeah.
I have a disgraced former CEO who could do it better than fucking Abigail Disney.
The headless body of Spiro Agnew could do better.
What's Michael Eisner been up to these days?
That's always not enough.
So I don't know for certain, but I am going to roll the dice because I am going to treat the CEO of and chairman of Disney much like I treat the presidency, and I think he's too fucking old.
Yeah. I agree.
The guy who's running Disney has too many snap decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
Because really, you're running a country.
And see, that's why they need to have two people. Because I do believe, when was the last time we did not have a vice president? But then again, what did the vice president really do?
You know what needs to happen, because this has been something that's happened for way too long, and I hate to see every single company that does this. And another company I like to riff on finally broke this up. I do not like the CEO and the chairman of the board being the same person.
I agree.
Because the CEO reports to the board. How can he run the board?
Right. That sounds awfully like a dictatorship to me.
But hey, what do you know? Vince McMahon retired, so.
Listen, everything for Disney goes back to the fact that Phil Holmes single-handedly said, Stitch, 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 Stitch. I like Stitch, put Stitch everywhere. And we had to put up with Stitch. No one there to tell him stop with the Stitch. That was one president of one park.
Did anybody see like they did another Stitch takeover? I'm like, why are we doing this again?
Actually, I saw that and my first reaction was, Phil, is that you?
It's almost like
sneak back in. Did you sneak back in to put notes around?
You know what happened? Chapek was cleaning out his old Disney storage locker, found merch that didn't sell, and went, put it back out there.
It's like, we have all this Stitch stuff that didn't sell. Throw it back out there. We got to make money.
Triple the price.
And then slap this whole, anniversary collection of Lilo and Stitch because it's been out for how long now? And they're just
20 years.
See, there you go. So, of course, there's Stitch because it's the 20th anniversary. And 5 years down the road, we'll get more Stitch.
Just let Stitch go.
Stop trying to make Stitch happen. He is a C ticket of a character.
Yeah.
Maybe a D. He ain't no E.
His usefulness is over.
I just like the idea that I am now ranking characters by ticket.
I love it, and I'm with you.
So wait, all right, let's do this. Who would you consider, like, from A to E? What characters would you consider in what class rank?
Well, it's hard because they change regularly. You have some certain ones, obviously Mickey, who's not going to go away, but like a lot of characters come and go. Stitch had a period where he was an A.
Right now.
That period is right now. Ooh,
right now.
I don't.
Well,
really know.
an A. He was always lowest he went was C.
Yeah.
Remember, we're not doing a ranking. We're doing tickets. E's the highest. He was an E at one point, or they thought he was. I don't think he was ever an A.
They thought he was. I know at his peak. Yeah. At his peak for a little bit, when Stitch was really, really hot, he would have been an A ticket. But again, that was a very brief. I'm talking like a month.
See, to me, an A ticket's a character you don't even know.
Yeah.
This would be mouse number 3 from Cinderella, the one nobody even remembers his name.
That's fair. I thought I guess I'm ranking him too low, but the highest he ever, he was there, and that was it. That was like a month when he was an A, and then he fell off.
No, A is the worst.
I know.
A is the worst.
That's what. No, I know A is the worst. I'm saying I think he only ever reached an A. I wouldn't say he got in a B or a C.
Oh, you're saying that he actually.
Yes. I'm saying his peak was the bottom.
Oh, okay.
No, I hear what you're saying now, but every character would be on this scale. So
that's true, I guess.
For
Yeah.
heaven's sakes, you got. At a minimum, it's every character featured in an attraction.
Fine. Stitch was a C at one point. Fine, I'll give you that.
Like Anna and Elsa is gonna be like an E.
They had it again, and even then, right now, are they still? Those are you would know better.
Yes.
They're still big because you still
Okay.
have T-shirts with them, costumes.
When
Like
it comes to characters, remember, I don't have that kind of.
So
And I haven't been inside the parks, and
it's not even
a
really
little bit of
parks.
time.
This is just categorizing characters. I mean, yeah, like putting them in the parks does bump up their value a little bit more, but like just iconic Disney characters.
Oh, then yeah, Frozen's still an E right now. Then yes.
Yeah.
Like for me, a hard one to place would be Moana. Like I see her as an E. She's getting an attraction,
True.
but she never has really had much of a presence.
Yes, I
But
would
she's
put her.
been. She's done gangbusters.
I would put her in the D category.
And then the one I purely can't place yet because it's still a little too new, and I need to see how meet and greets with her would go. Mirabelle.
From Encanto.
So,
Mirabelle, we need more time on.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that I am shocked still exist, Merida's back.
And see that, like there again, like
There's another one to be.
that's a C ticket right there. That's a C.
Because I feel Merida, you were B at best. That was your highest. Congratulations at that.
Yeah, I would be. Yeah, that movie was like meh.
You're talking one of my favorite princesses here.
I'm just saying, popularity wise. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to. I just popularity wise. I think Merida had a moment where she was. Listen? I thought Merida was going to go higher, and I think Merida peaked and then topped right off.
See, and that's like with Rhea. To me, that's an A ticket right there. I never even saw Rhea.
Disagree.
Really?
Rhea doesn't rank.
Oh, okay. So,
Bruce, I rated the third mouse from Cinderella that nobody knows its name.
Raya, and Raya was actually a decent movie, but no, Raya was. I don't think Raya even ranks because did they do anything anywhere with her after the movie was out?
I think I saw a couple pieces of merch. But
there was merch, and that was it.
yeah, I saw this like roly-poly dragon creature thing in one of the
Don't
theme
say
parks.
roly-poly. You're bringing back bad memories.
Oh.
Nobody needs roly-poly in their life.
Oh my god!
Oh god!
That's a deep cut.
It's not deep for me. Bella's found it on Disney Plus.
I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Is it the original show? Or
Oh
is it
yeah,
like it's not
with
even like
that. No, it's the original. It's that late '90s
Oh, God.
CGI.
Oh god!
High squeaky voices. Shoot me in the head. Nobody wants to watch it.
We just brought back Reboot.
Yep. JPEG's like,
my.
I got an idea.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think who your top. It's hard for me to guess who even your top characters would be.
Well, while we're talking about characters, I am going to bring up a segment from last week's Such Good Shoot because it ties into this shockingly. We have a segment on the show called Sheik of the Week where we read one of the Iron Sheik's tweets because that man has a crazy Twitter. And last Thursday, one of his tweets, and remember, there is no context to this. This is just out there. Fuck Darkwing Duck.
What? What?
That's it.
That's it. Hashtag jabroni. Like,
Fuck Darkwing Duck.
I have no context for this.
I mean, you could take it in any direction.
But Darkwing is a solid duck tier character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to bring that up because
Hell, Goof Troop too.
I love Goof Troop and I hate Goof Troop. And
Oh,
do.
What's Pete's son?
Max? No, that's
no, that's Goof's son.
oh,
What's say Paulie or something?
Yeah, I can't remember.
I
Doesn't
can't
matter.
remember now.
I wish he had his time with the sun for longer.
Wasn't it just Pete Jr.? Well,
It
Pete
might have
Jr.
been
was.
Petey. It might have been Pete and Petey.
Yeah.
Or was it JR? I can't
Pete's
remember.
son. PJ.
That's
PJ.
it. PJ.
Pete Jr. PJ. That's it.
His full name, and I don't understand this. His full name is PJ Pete.
It is PJ Pete. Okay. That's
So that means Pete's name is Pete Pete.
Pete and Pete.
We're back in Nickelodeon times here.
Adventures of Pete and Pete.
It's between that and my favorite of the Disney mysteries. Who is Max's mom?
We don't judge Goofy for what he does in his spare time, okay?
Oh, I'm not judging Goofy. I'm just curious.
Yeah. They never.
Well, that's more what I'm getting at is, does Goofy know?
Oh, he may know. There might be some NDAs and a room of pain involved, but
I was gonna do that.
50 Shades of Goof.
I almost just covered my computer. Oh my lord.
Gosh, what does this lever do?
Look,
I've
sorry. Watched.
Now I okay. My other thing I know of 50 Shades is from 50 Shades the musical, which I saw off Broadway, and now I have Goofy saying the big line of, I don't make love, I don't make love, I
Gosh.
gosh there. I don't make love, I now if you just lay down.
I don't make
there,
love. I
tonight,
yuck.
Yo! Now if you just lay down nice and still, I think we're going to get along just fine tonight.
Oh God.
Now all of a sudden, I want Goofy narrating 50 Shades of Grey. I want this audiobook.
Oh my God. Yeah, I would pay to listen to that too.
Actually, I could do one a little better. I want to duo. I want Goofy and Olaf.
Olaf's like just like in the shorts, like Olaf's version. Olaf's version of 50 Shades of Grey. Give me the book summary in less than 5 minutes and go.
I'm sorry, they didn't make enough of those, but the best to me with Olaf was Daddy's an emaciated shrimp.
Which I was happy to hear because I sat there and went, "Oh, so that's what they turned into."
They're probably gonna do like a second season for like
they have to,
like 5
I'm
or 6
sure.
more Disney films.
Listen, Gad's career can only reach so high at this point.
You're telling me that they're not going to do an Olaf's version of Encanto? People will pay to see that.
Yes, I am.
Olaf does the Disney afternoon.
Now that I'd watch.
That I'd watch. All in one episode. Just one full-blown episode of every Disney afternoon show.
Okay. But in a serious note here, as they slowly reboot and kill off reboots of Disney afternoon shows, Josh Gad would 100% be involved with the Gummy Bear reboot.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's in here, there, and everywhere.
Absolutely.
That's how they introduce it.
Yeah.
And they have this other thing starring a guy who sounds shockingly like me.
That would work.
That would work. Did you guys hear anything about Comic-Con?
I followed a little bit of it.
I mean,
other than the 19 phases of Marvel that were announced.
yeah, Marvel basically stole the show.
I got two things out of Comic-Con because I did not really watch any coverage of it yet. So y'all are about to blow my mind. But what I did pick up is that Xavier Woods dressed as a Dragon Ball Z guy as he does every year. So good job, Xavier Woods. And Dan Povenmire was there. That's all I know.
So you didn't hear any of the major.
I've heard drips and drops.
Before Comic-Con, I read a big thing online about potential Marvel spoilers for a bunch of upcoming projects and movies. And Comic-Con kind of started to solidify a lot of that. So, couple things. Even a movie I liked Black Panther. I'm not saying if what I'm hearing read was going to be what happens. I'm really going to like Wakanda Forever, especially that post-credit scene.
Oh, and for Wakanda Forever. Yeah.
If it's true, oh boy.
What's the rumor?
He's coming sooner than we all expected.
Doom, 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 doom.
How would Doom tie into?
Apparently he ties into a major. This leak is true. It leaks the whole plot of the movie of what's going to happen, the major plot points, and that Doom is going to be in the post-credit scene. And furthermore, this leak also said like MODOK and everything was going to be in Quantumania. MODOK, we didn't see the footage of Quantumania that was shown, but they clearly showed MODOK going to be in MODOK. Obviously, we knew Kang already for Quantumania, but there were other things that this leak had that didn't exist yet. That this kind of things that were popping up there. So I'm like,
well, so there is confirmation on the MODOK rumor with Quantumania, and the factor that
that's what I mean. There's a lot of other things that were rumored in this that showed at Comic-Con. Charlie Cox and She-Hulk.
Yeah,
in the original outfit.
I'm just nice. The one big thing that I mean, Marvel. My God, they just Kevin Feige just whipped out that Marvel's dick and just been like, look what we have coming up in the next like 20 years. The one thing that
22 years, but who's counting?
I know. The one thing that I was like excited for is the new Daredevil series on Disney Plus.
See, the problem not personally I had with Comic-Con. I liked a lot what they're announcing, but I'm like, I really don't care if it's in 2024 or 2025. Like that I want to focus on what's coming now.
Well, and like coming now, I guess Wakanda,
She-Hulk, Wakanda Forever,
She-Hulk,
and then the next year's movies. I think Quantumania,
right?
The Marvels.
Well, then they also there in that timeline there was like open gaps for unannounced projects that we don't know yet. But the two big reveals were the Avengers Kang Dynasty and the Avengers
Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Because we have Secret Invasion as a TV show coming. But
yeah.
that was that. Well, actually, to me, the fact that they announced 2 Avengers movies were big because they were kind of hinting that the Avengers movies were done. That you were going to get Young Avengers and that was it. So I kind of like, as much as I don't like that Marvel backpedals, I kind of like that they say things and go, psych.
Well, because they want to show you this way, and then all of a sudden going, but bam, here.
I don't think it's necessarily that. I think they speak too soon and realize, oopsie.
Yeah.
Well, I also am going to hypothesize with the way they announced 2 Avengers movies. I think we're seeing 2 different lineups.
Well, yes, I don't disagree. Especially considering that's the last phase, which is kicking off with Fantastic Four and ending with Secret Wars. We don't know about anything else in there. But they said phase 4 ends with...
Phase 4 just ended.
Yeah.
Ms. Marvel was the... Ms. Marvel or the next show coming up is the end
Wakanda.
of Phase 4.
I thought they said Wakanda Forever because I thought Quantum Mania started Phase 5.
What I was hearing is Phase 4 is essentially done. But
Yeah, because I think Phase 5 kicks off with Black Panther.
Yeah, I couldn't. It was either they showed it, and it was either I forget which one they showed. Again, they showed so many timelines.
so happy I haven't tried to keep track of all of this yet.
Well, and I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder that just came out too.
I have not yet either.
But I heard it's terrible.
I've heard mixed.
I've heard mixed
good
too,
and
but
bad. All this says to me, and I love that
Oh.
it just
this is phase. All right, this is Phase 4. So Phase 4, Black Widow, Shang-Chi. These are the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther 2, This is old because Captain
no, that's
Marvel.
old.
Yeah, the Marvels Volume 3, Blade, Quantum Mania.
I have Phase 4. The last movie is Black Panther Forever. The last show is She-Hulk.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was right.
Okay.
That's it. Again, it honestly doesn't matter about being right or wrong. It doesn't really matter with splitting hairs here. I just know they said Phase 4 is ending here. Phase 5 begins here and ends with Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's that was one that I was actually like I knew was gonna happen, but I'm like, oh, how are they gonna do this without Thunderbolt Ross? Because he just passed away. Unless they recast him.
There's a will, there's a way.
I'm just saying, look, if they recast him, it's gotta be Sam Elliott.
Considering his last appearance is in She-Hulk, he does apparently make an appearance of some sort. So we get one last goodbye to Teddy.
And
besides, they killed off the best part of Teddy anyway, or got rid of her.
I don't know if it can be Sam Elliott. He's already Ghost Rider.
Yeah, but Sam Elliott was also Ross in the Ang Lee version of Hulk.
Are we more willing to accept Ghost Rider as canon or the Ang Lee Hulk movie?
Neither.
I'm just saying. If this is the multiverse saga,
I'd rather them go for no names at this point. Promote a no name or a lesser known name. Your properties sell themselves. We don't need to keep having baby stars.
You are right, except for one thing. When you are looking at older actors.
Yes.
So I think Thunderbolt is a high likely to be replaced with a named known actor.
Yeah.
Unless they're going back in time and we're getting young Thunderbolt.
Which that could be it too.
Honestly, what I'm more getting at, I don't think it's going to matter if Thunderbolt's going to be red most of the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
I don't know. It still kind of worked. You still kind of need Mark Ruffalo to be Hulk when all he was Hulk.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It doesn't have. My point is, you can still find an older actor who's maybe less known and use them as one last thing in their life. You don't need to have a Sam Elliott. You don't need someone who has enough freaking accolades forever.
Watch it be Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
I don't even know because I have not watched enough Walking Dead.
Listen, let's face it. Sam Elliott makes sense because he already got the stash.
That's what I'm saying. You got to find someone. Listen, you have fake ones, but you gotta get a stash. That's what I'm saying. Sam,
what about Burt Reynolds?
He's dead. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Look, I don't watch news.
2 words. Tom Selleck. He's also old as hell and retired.
Yo.
And yes, Selleck would have been an awesome Teddy.
Yes. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. There you go. Wow.
I can get behind that.
Tom Selleck as Thunderbolt Ross.
Actually, I didn't have the idea to also mention Burt Reynolds.
The sad thing, I search older actors with mustaches. It's basically the conversation we've just had.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know who we've skipped, and this does not care if they're alive or dead, because Burt Reynolds is here, and Wilford Brimley.
Oh. Let me take
Diabetes.
Well, he becomes the Red Hulk. He takes his insulin shot and it's way too much.
That is horrible.
Oh my god.
But
Wilford Brimley.
Looking at these phases, I am well behind it.
Yeah, I didn't even realize we're going into like phase 5 and 6 soon.
Well, they didn't, because they sprung that on us. But it's because honestly, we're not going to see Kang now until the next phase. We're really with Quantumania, but they did promise the Kangs are coming, not just Kang. The Kangs. You're going to get Kang on Kang violence. You're going to get Kangs killing Kangs, Kangs promoting Kangs. You're going to have so many Kangs, you're not going to know what to do with.
Well, that's why it's called, the Kang
Multiverse Saga.
Well, and it's in Avengers Kang Dynasty. So that's where we're going to be getting the.
As we kind of hypothesized on I forget if it was our last show or 3 shows ago, but we were talking how the first phase of the phase 4 here, people are saying it feels disjointed, much like phase 1 felt. And I feel like we're on the same trajectory.
Because they have to build. That's all.
Yeah, we're on this disjointed phase 1 that's going to get more and more streamlined, and they're going to merge.
And I was just going to say that in recent acquisitions and looking at the puzzle pieces with Kevin Feige, I would not be surprised for that big Avengers movie, Secret Wars. And this is my theory, is that that movie will take what we got in Civil War and what we got in Avengers Infinity War Endgame to the next level, to the point where I say we will be seeing X-Men, Marvel Avengers, and Fantastic Four fighting each other with the Secret Wars.
They're fighting each other because it's going to be an extension of this Secret Invasion. The Secret Invasion comes in, but they don't know who's. This is more than that. I think you're not wrong, because I think this is going to be the Civil War we all thought won. This is going to be a massive enemies, villains siding, because you don't know who's who. It's going to be a massive fighting each other. That's why I do believe that's what will happen. And you're not going to have just these 4 factions, because I actually read something interesting today that was arguing, I think might have been the Nerdist or somebody who's arguing, we may not see the X-Men until 2025 because it's a contract thing. You'll see certain of members, but you may not see the X-Men themselves for a certain point, because if they want certain actors or actresses, they have contracts until, I think they said 2024, 2025. Well, which is an interesting thought.
And well, even in the comic books, Marvel's dropping the name X-Men and just sticking to mutants, because X-Men people can portray as men and not men and women.
Well,
that's splitting hairs.
I know, but that's
Jean Grey is always going to be an X-Man.
That's how I look at it. And there's also woman in there, but okay, I digress.
The comics always foretell what's happening in the movies.
Yeah. Well, again, that we discussed last week, Brian, with Ms. Marvel. Did you watch the end?
I did.
Okay, well, that they say it's a mutation, but that's because they never want, because of the movies when they made Kamala Khan. I found this out. They never wanted her to be an Inhuman. They wanted her to be an X-Men. They wanted her to be a mutant. But because of that issue, they're like, no, we need more Inhumans for this. So I think they're trying to drop, especially after the TV show, all together and just have mutants, mutation, blah. It also makes Scarlet Witch stay in her lane. It really makes all it just we'll see when he comes back. Not saying he's coming back. We all know that,
right? No, but it just it plays it safe for everyone to know then, because for people that aren't into the comic books, because I've had those questions before. People come up saying like, "What is an Inhuman? What's a mutant?" You know, like people just know because they just know pop culture with X-Men going, "Oh, if you're not a human, you're a mutant."
And that's kind of the thing. I think it gets a little confusing because to a certain degree, even for people who dabbled in comics, but not intensely, like the Inhumans was never a big...
Yeah.
You quite literally have to go, when you have to start talking, well, one's a gene and one's activated by tarragon gas. They really start to split. People go, huh? And honestly, even you need to remember, and I like that they're changing it because they're making this streamlined. Just make it easy to understand. It's hard enough for anybody to jump into MCU anyway.
Yeah. At this point now, like, I'm kind of happy we're in this multiversal saga, because it's like you now can literally time jump or just
they've also made it you can watch Infinity War and Endgame and go on. You don't have to watch the first movies.
Right.
They've made it where, okay, it's its own, which is the way it should be. You think about this with the comics. You can pick up the comics at certain intervals.
And guess what? After Secret Wars, you'll be able to do the same.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. If we last that long, it keeps it going. Good for them. Absolutely.
As long as it makes money, it will keep going.
Oh, are you kidding? Yeah,
we got stories for days, and there's stories that just come on. I want to see Captain America be the secret leader of Hydra. I want to see Dr. Octopus be Spider-Man. I want some of the craziest stories they have in the comics to make it to the screen.
What if
DC's not willing to make Injustice into a movie? Marvel has to be the big person here.
Honestly, that What If series on Disney, give me like 20 seasons of that, because that way you could do all the stories that you want, not have to pay, premium for all the like movie. You just hire the actors to come in and do voiceovers.
They only can do so. I thought isn't What If just a limited? I thought they only had a couple of years of it.
But they can always extend it or do whatever.
I mean, it pretty much, it comes to the writers sitting around going, "What if we do this?" Like,
the stories of What If are straight from the What If comics. That's what I'm saying. Because they've done short, they have plenty to pull from. I would love to see the one where Peter Parker wrestles with fame, where he chooses to be famous. He basically disowns Aunt May. Oh God, it's soup. You want to talk gut-wrenching sad? Oh, it's so sad.
So, I know this is partially because we're spoiled with how much shit is coming out in such a short time frame. Because I know this didn't debut that long ago, but I feel like it's been too long since we have heard from Captain America and Bucky.
Well, they did announce a Captain America movie.
Yeah, but that's still...
Love the title, by the way. Love that title.
That's still like a punt away. That's a hype.
True.
I don't disagree. I'm sure we'll see them again. I'm sure we'll see them again soon. But certain actually, while you're saying this, Dozer, not to cut you off, I agree with you. I find certain characters like Thor. I think they're starting to realize Thor, despite the popularity of Hemsworth, he is a side character when it comes to a lot of these.
Yeah.
Love and Thunder, and the split. I've seen people saying, "What if they do a Thor 5?" I want to see serious Thor again. I want Taika Waititi out. Also, I've seen a lot of them back and forth on that.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen Thor: Love and Thunder. I've read reviews. A friend of mine saw it, and he said it was a fun movie to watch, like to go to just go to the movie theater in the summertime to go see a film. He said it was fun, but he said the story made no sense. There was like it tied into Thor.
So it was a Thor movie.
It tied into Thor Ragnarok, and it was a Thor movie, but he said the whole thing with like Jane becoming Thor, he goes, didn't made any sense whatsoever. They don't explain the snap, like 5-year difference. They don't explain how he went from, fat Big Lebowski to hot hunk Thor again, just besides a workout montage. Like he said, like he goes, he goes, honestly, it felt more of a Guardians 2.5 film than Thor 4.
Well, to be fair, with the way Infinity War Endgame ended, it was always going to be more of a Guardians film. Like,
Right.
you began to think, is Thor going to even be in Thor 4? Like,
No.
there was a thought Hemsworth might not even be in Love and Thunder. Like, that's just where it was when we got to I'm blabbering. When we got to the end of Endgame.
It sucks that they really if it's true, it sucks that they botched Lady Thor, because that works so well in the comics, and that was a storyline I was really hoping would stick around.
Are you talking about the story where Jane gets breast cancer? That's the story it's the same story from the comic book that's in this film, but it's that story. Like, it doesn't tie into anything else Marvel Cinematic Universe wise. It's just that, like, it's not even that this is an alternative universe Jane. It's the same Jane from this universe, but they don't explain how she gets the cancer. She just has the cancer. Like,
basically, this sounds like Taika Waititi doing. Listen, he's fine, but he kind of the ego on this guy's awful, and he kind of just does what he wants to do, and it's hard for him. They made Ragnarok tie in, and Ragnarok was great, but I think it's one of those little what goes a long way.
I think this was just one of those. What was the one review? Oh, I think it was like Kevin Smith or one of those like film critics. They said this was a summer filler to the for Marvel films. It was just like, hey, Marvel wanted to get something out in the theaters. They might as well release Thor. This could have been something that they could just release on Disney Plus.
The problem is, they could have released it on Disney Plus, except I have a feeling
contract
after the Black Widow shit, they're not fucking with somebody like Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Well, they have. They almost lost him once before, and Hemsworth said, "I don't need to do this. I'll walk away." And Marvel almost said, "Fine, bye." Well, but I agree with you. They don't want to. Not only that. It's just in general, I think with the way their contracts are written, they just after that they said, "No way, fine, we'll release your movie in theaters. If it underperforms, that's on you."
And honestly, now granted, I don't watch commercials. I don't really ever know what the hell's happening. It's not like it feels like theaters are being bombarded with new movies either.
No. They're going, where it used to be like 3 months and a 6-month wait to watch it at home, you're a solid 3 months or less, depending on the studio and contracts and everything, before you can watch it right for the comfort of your TV. The Black Phone is available right now to purchase. And that was in the theaters maybe a week or two. Again, that's the Blumhouse contract, in my understanding. But still, it depends on the studios and the contracts. And Disney's got big ones.
I am all good, and I will continue to say this, where after the first couple weeks in theaters of doing that exorbitant rental thing, I'm okay with that because, again, once they begin exorbitant rentals, the bootleggers get good copies, and 2, I don't go to the movies.
They're doing actually both. Now sometimes you're getting exorbitant rentals and exorbitant purchase. You'll have a rental of 20 to 25, purchases 25 to 30. And not all of them do that. They started to do that more and more. And again, but the price does drop after a certain point where, okay, the rentals of regular fee, purchases are more regular fee.
Right.
But that's like Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick will be available at the end of August. That years ago, that was unheard of. That's a huge blockbuster film.
And
I can one up you. When did Jurassic World come out in theaters?
Jurassic World didn't perform like Top Gun Maverick did, though.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's
then
kind of what I'm
because
getting
like,
at.
all right,
Jurassic
okay,
World
I was gonna say
because
because Maverick came out before Jurassic World Dominion, and like I remember seeing it on Father's Day weekend, and I know it came out like before that. It was like middle, I think it was beginning or middle of June. Last week was the beginning of June.
It was beginning.
Yeah, last week I turned on my Apple TV and I'm like, wait, Jurassic World available to purchase? What?
Again, one, contract in studio, two, a lot of it's performance. I think they they'll just make the money back there because Top Gun Maverick did boffo at the box office when no movie's doing that.
Because, okay, let's go back. Let's look at the couple movies that have succeeded in this post-COVID world. What do they all have in common?
Tom Cruise. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I had no choice.
They were all visual spectacles.
Yeah.
Top Gun is made for the big screen.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. Yes, I saw it on the small screen, but oh my God, I can imagine seeing that in a big screen. That movie is made for the big screen.
Yeah.
No Way Home. That's a big one. You're right, though. Listen, I'm angry that I couldn't take my father to see Top Gun like he wanted because it got booted from IMAXs for Jurassic World.
Jurassic World was good, but it's no Top Gun Maverick.
No,
But
it's
for
definitely
IMAX,
no
Top Gun was made for IMAX. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I am not arguing that at all. To the danger zone.
Which, I know you missed it last week, Brian. I did see Jurassic World Dominion.
And?
I loved it.
Right?
I love the way they kept the A and the B story like separate. Oh shit, we're all together.
Yep. It was fun. I mean, it's a Jurassic Park storyline. I mean, it's the final chapter, hopefully, and not another. I was
the fact
pleased.
that a door was kept open almost pissed me off.
That did too, because I was like, I went out of the theater going, I was pleased. I was pleased with the film, the story. It ended the whole saga nicely, and I'm like, I'm good. No more. I'm done.
Here's the problem. And if you don't want to hear, cover your ears, say la 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 la, whatever. It's not the world's biggest spoiler. It pissed me off that there's still known dinosaurs alive.
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of this movie, they should have been eradicated.
Yeah.
Because as long as they're alive, there is a wider door open for a sequel. For fuck's sake, it's practically guaranteed. As long as they are known to be alive. Whereas at the end of the original trilogy, yes, we knew dinosaurs were alive. But as far as we knew, they were only still, for the most part, on those islands.
Right. So now here it's like, oh.
Now they're in Italy.
Uh-huh.
Which, who sits here and goes, we need to find a nice isolated place to keep dinosaurs?
Oh,
How about Italy?
How about Italy?
For fuck's sake, if you're going to keep dinosaurs, I have a whole continent for you. It's called Australia. Everything there can already kill you. The locals won't even notice they're there.
I was about to say that. Listen, Australia just wants you dead. Is that snow on the ground? No, those are spider webs. Why?
Yeah. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. Pitch that to Steven Spielberg. Hey, Steven, I have the greatest finale Jurassic Park movie ever. Just move the dinosaurs to Australia.
Hey, Uni, you listening? Because I know you love your dinosaur movies.
So, The whole series ends where the Australian natural wildlife kills off 99.9% of the dinosaurs. All that's left is the T-Rex. And there's just Crocodile Dundee sitting there with his knife.
I was against that, or could it be taken down from the inside out by koalas?
Dropping bears, mate. Dropping bears.
Which, by the way, I am tired with all the Jurassic Park movies where they're like, hold on, we need to find a bigger, badder dinosaur than a T-Rex.
I loved how in the film, Jeff Goldblum's like, why do they always go bigger?
Sorry, Bruce. What I don't understand is, okay, you had the T-Rex and the bigger one fighting, whatever. And then out of nowhere, you have this Edward Scissorhands looking motherfucker.
What? What? That's awesome.
That has zero explanation. It's just this.
It's there.
Surprise! I exist.
I forgot about that scene too, because it's like, wait, where did this thing come from? I will say this: Colin Trevorrow did do his homework, because there were about what do they say 35 different species of actual dinosaurs in this movie. So the one with the Edward Scissorhands ostrich looking dinosaur actually was a real dinosaur at one point.
I'm not arguing if it was real or not. It's just where the fuck it come from.
It's almost like what was the bad dinosaur? Was it the Giganut?
Look, if I try to say it, all we're going to get is a
Gigantosaurus
Disney
Megasaurus?
Junior show. Because in Disney Junior, there's a wonderful show called Gigantosaurus.
Yeah, it's something to that nature. It might be that exact one. I don't know. It's Gigantosaurus or something.
Which,
Giga
spoiler
Omega.
alert, Gigantosaurus isn't even really a character in the show. He just kind of wanders the world like Godzilla.
See, that's the tie-in. You leave the T-Rex stranded on Australia, and then somehow it ties into the new Godzilla franchise. That's the bridge. You go from Jurassic Park franchise to Godzilla, and somehow King Kong gets thrown into the mix of
Godzilla
it too.
could just show up and be like, Godzilla could just show up, look down, and go. Squash.
I'm sorry, I've watched Planet Godzilla. There is no hope for anybody that isn't Godzilla. Which,
Godzilla wins.
if you haven't watched it, watch it.
Good movie.
It's the best Godzilla thing out there.
Speaking of Godzilla, I just heard this news too. This came out. There is I think it's on Apple. There is let me pull this up. I think it's a Godzilla series that takes place in the same universe as this new MonsterVerse that they're doing. And it stars oh my god. Oh my god. Let me find this here.
Well, while you look that up, I'm just going to talk for a second and say there are a lot of things that have come out of the newer Godzilla movies that are crap. But you know what the best thing is? It is Bear McCreary and Sergei Tankin, or whatever his name is, version of Godzilla. That track rocks my socks off.
Wait, from Matthew Broderick, the old 90s one?
No. This is from Godzilla King of Monsters.
Okay.
Because you have Bear McCreary and the guy from System of a Down, and it is this awesome version
it's a
of
great
the
track.
Blue Oyster Cult classic.
Yeah, no, it's a great track.
It's one of the few songs that, like, every time it comes up on my YouTube mix, it's like, gotta crank this.
Because the MonsterVerse looks like it's for now. They're considering other movies, but it's like they had their time and that's it.
Well, There's only so much you can do.
Now they're considering things like Son of Kong and what have you, or having just a monster movie with no humans in it, which is fine by me.
Oh, it's Kurt Russell and his son. I forget Kurt Russell's son's name.
Brandon Russell.
Yeah, the two of them are going to be in the Godzilla
I made
series.
that up. I have no idea if that's correct.
I don't know. Let me see if
If I'm right, that's a hell of a guess, but
it's Kurt Russell and
if you're going to make a series, I don't necessarily want a Godzilla series.
Wyatt Russell.
Okay. I want a Monarch series. Base it around Monarch. That way you can much easier justify showing every monster that isn't Godzilla.
Well, funny you should say that, because here's the plot of the untitled Apple Godzilla, because this does tie into the MonsterVerse with Skull Island and all right, so it says, set after the battle between Godzilla and the Titans, revealing that monsters are real, follows one family's journey to uncover its buried secrets and a legacy linking them to Monarch.
After Godzilla fought the Titans and showed that there's like 10 years here where we knew monsters were real. Like, before he fought the Titans. Like, I'm confused.
Well, I'm thinking, based off of this, I'm wondering if Kurt Russell and Wyatt are playing the same character, just older and younger versions of them. Somehow, maybe like as like some sort of, not archaeologist, but like one of those.
Could be.
That's a high likelihood.
That's my prediction. I don't know. I just think it's exciting to see, Kurt Russell being on a television series, not, when's the last time he's been on TV?
I don't count any streaming show as a TV series. They are movies shown in parts.
True.
The television series of today are the miniseries and multi-part movies of yesterday. Because to me, a television series is a show where if you miss an episode, whatever. You go to the next one and it's fine. It's set up for when TV was TV. It showed once and then you had to wait till it was in syndication to see it again.
Yeah.
This stuff where you have to watch them all in order, you have to pay attention. No, they are movies in parts.
So how would you consider, Better Call Saul or like Breaking Bad, that's not TV. Those are like one long movie that's
them and Sherlock are the start of this movies in parts.
Well, remember, Breaking Bad was just TV.
Yes.
Right.
You had that in The Walking Dead, but you're right. It was a lot more had to follow episodic. A lot of these still have them, but a lot of the sitcoms were what was TV.
Mm-hmm. Like those shows and The Walking Dead were kind of like the gap bridge because they started this intense storytelling. You can't miss an episode. And then really those shows, to a large degree, built streaming.
Breaking Bad is the reason we have the term binge watching. Breaking Bad, I watched it on TV. It was a bubble show. It did not get good ratings. It was on the bubble, but the people near the end loved it because they could binge watch, and people were angry having to wait for season 5 to come to Netflix. And I'm like, excuse me? You wait for season 5? I'm waiting for the finale. I'm done with season 5. I've been through Face Off and everything. So that was it. Binge watching, really, Breaking Bad was a big proponent in that. And then Gilligan never did anything else.
I still haven't seen it.
You've never seen Breaking Bad?
No.
It's not for everybody.
No, it's not, but it's good. I mean, if you like really good drama.
And look, I don't watch a lot of shit that requires a lot of time, and at this point, Breaking Bad requires a lot of time.
Breaking Bad's a commitment.
It does. It does.
It-
Better Call Saul's not bad though. I actually like that show.
Better
Now-
Call Saul's gone on too long. He needed to streamline it, and he messed up. Gilligan's clearly just stretching out his own work. I'm just saying, it's all Mother Hubbard, and he got nothing else in the cupboard here.
Wait, you think he's stretching it out? How about Robert Kirkman and his 10 spin-offs of The Walking Dead?
Oh, believe me. You don't. We're not starting Bruce on The Walking Dead because it's a long rant there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make my piece real quick with that. The show, I enjoyed the Walking Dead show. I gave Fear a chance. Wasn't my cup of tea.
Did you see it? I just saw this. It was on the wire just a little bit ago. The Walking Dead jumps to Sharknado.
Yeah, I did.
Wait, what?
It's called a joke. The
Oh,
Walking Dead
Jump
jumped to
to Sharknado.
Sharknado.
oh,
The problem with Fear the Walking Dead was not good. The other kids show they did wasn't good. I stopped watching The Walking Dead after season 4 because I understand it got good again, but like, I'm sorry. My God, I'm fine straying from the comics, but like, you went on too much and Negan, it's like, I get it.
Well-
Move on with it.
I stopped watching when the lead actor left the show.
Okay, no, they said he's it. Rick's done. He's leaving. Well, we're not. Rick's actually not leaving because we're making a movie with him and Michonne. Why?
Wait, is it a movie? Because it sounds like they announced their own TV series on AMC.
It was originally announced to be a movie. And again, AMC has nothing else that's not Walking Dead or a Breaking Bad, because Breaking Bad has already talked about trying to have another spin-off with I'm like Giancarlo Esposito's Gus. And I understand Esposito is not too. I really don't want to do that. I got the Mandalorian. I have the boys.
Just you don't need a show.
Everything. Gilligan, you have Gilligan, how do you say your name? You have nothing else. Give it up.
Yeah.
Wait till you have a better idea. Like, just stop.
Well, and see, honestly, I didn't watch this past week's Better Call Saul, but last week's episode really could have been the finale.
My dad's been following. I'm waiting until it's all done, and then I'll watch.
It really could have been the finale because the way how the show ends, it time jumps to basically, I would say, days before the incidents of Breaking Bad.
Well, the talk is that then he's always kind of said this. You're going to see what happened. Now you're going to see, apparently at some point, you're going to see
Parallel what goes on during the events.
No.
Oh.
The after. They've always had a little bit of the after. Apparently that's his plan at one point. Who knows? He's a loser. I'm sorry.
Somehow
one-hit wonder.
It goes
And I
on
like
and
Better
then
Call Saul.
it becomes the lead-in show for Entourage. What? Huh?
I love the whole fan theory where they said that the crystal meth in Breaking Bad, the Bad Batch, is not the one that Walter White made, but like the crystal meth was the start of the. Chris Hardwick talked about this on Talking Dead years ago, but they said some fan made this crazy theory out there. The connection between Breaking Bad being the origin of the zombie outbreak.
Okay.
I like Better Call Saul leading into Jeremy Piven and Entourage.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
It's like it's the Pixar. It's like the
fans
Pixar.
like to have all sorts of fun theories that that's a nice idea, but like it's just a theory, a fan theory.
Just remember, all the babies are dead in Rugrats.
Stop it.
There was a Bob's Burger, Lauren Barshand, or however you say his name. There was somebody wrote a nice Bob's Burger theory about all the kids are dead and Bob's really just having psychosomatic about them being alive.
I am fairly certain every cartoon, and it's mainly cartoons that get these theories that everybody is dead because they're trying to rationalize a cartoon that doesn't take place in the real world.
Well, considering the actual original pilot it was the pilot episode, the actual original premise was Bob making burgers out of dead people. So That was the actual first idea.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't just the first episode. That was the original when they started writing the script. That was really a thing. Mort was going to feed him Sweeney Todd style the bodies that he was going to feed back to the town.
Wow.
Yeah, how far we come. But I agree with you. It's a nice rationalizing thing, but when that is what it is. You get too many shows that go on so long. Like The Simpsons, they can't help but cross over with each other. After 30 years, we got nothing else in the tank. Sorry, 33 now.
You know what they should do? They should like re-release the first episode just up to date, illustrate to see if anyone catches on. Like
that apparently is going to. Groening has said for a while that's his idea. Is it going to time jump back to the very first episode, and it's just going to make one giant circle. That was apparently how he's wanting to end this forever.
Well, since we're talking about animation, I am going to share now a thought I had. I shared it with Bruce already while I was watching the Multiverse of Madness, and I am just waiting for the Council of Doctor Stranges. Like the Council of Ricks.
Like the Citadel of Ricks. We're going to have a Citadel of Strange. I love this idea.
Yeah.
Because watching that whole movie, I just kept sitting there going, he's Rick. Doctor Strange is Rick.
And wait,
it gets the Rickest Rick.
Wait, and then Morty is Peter Parker.
Yes, and is he the Mortiest Morty?
Well, we have 3 Peter Parkers that could be the Mortiest Morty.
Nope, there's only one. There's only one Mortiest Morty.
Well, I said who could be.
Yeah, well, then we're gonna have evil. We're gonna have evil Peter.
You know who's the Peteriest Peter? Spider Pig, Spider Ham. Does whatever.
I love Spider Ham. I want the whole animal universe to be a thing.
And
I want Dr. Octopussycat. I want Dr. Doom. I want all of it.
And they could use Spider Pig because 20th Century Fox is now owned by Disney. So
I would love Spider Pig to have a moment in his prime.
And it has to be the Simpsons Spider Pig. It can't be, the well, then again, is it?
No, it has to be the actual Spider Pig.
Spider Ham. Peter Parker.
But wait, no, they had that in didn't they have him in the
That's an actual comic. Yes. He wasn't into the
Spider-Verse. That's what I thought.
That's an actual universe. I'm not kidding. Dr. Doom, Dr. Octopussycat. These are all real animal counterparts to all of the Marvel universe.
Frog Thor, we've already seen.
We have actually,
also,
yeah.
Throg. It's also pronounced Throg, if you will.
Throg.
Well,
Throg.
From what I heard is Throg and Frog Thor are 2 separate characters.
I want Throg.
Because there's Throg, who's a separate character, but Thor, when he was turned into a frog, is different from Throg.
Right.
There's so much you can do. Like I want these noir Hammerhead, and also the Spider-Man noir Green Goblin, who's a monster.
I just need more Mafia. Does the Mafia really stand a chance in the Marvel universe?
Hammerhead, that's about it.
Kingpin.
Yeah, Kingpin.
Yeah, but he's not really Mafia so much as Mafia means it's like a family in a syndicate. Kingpin is him and everyone below him.
Mafia implies Italian.
It's true. Thought Hammerhead was Italian.
I'm just trying to think. Are there what villains are Italian? Like Godfather-esque Italian, like Mafia Italian in Marvel. I can't even think of anybody. Less deep cuts.
Because Marvel loves their alliteration.
Flip to the Punisher.
Well, yeah.
The Punisher's got a couple Italians he's killed.
There's where you normally get
the mob.
He's got everybody. He's eradicated several families. The thing that cracks me up is after like he eradicates the first like 3 or 4 mafia families. Why, when a mafia family encounters him, do they keep fighting? Why not just run to a different city?
Yeah,
Like-
it's like get the message.
Oh shit, it's this guy who has killed entire cities worth of people. Send more goons.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
They're going to die.
Well,
But-
Bruce, how about Halloween Horror Nights? I heard there's a
That's
new
just-
house
We
set.
do have finally at last. The rumors are true. The weekend was finally announced to become the Halloween Horror Nights. It actually the opening cinematic for the trailer doesn't look bad. It reminded me of the plastic surgery scare zone they had in its own way.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even know they had a trailer that
A
came
lot
out.
they've been doing that. Each one's getting a little movie trailer for it. And it doesn't look too. It actually doesn't look too bad. In fact, I need to go back and look. This one had the selfie queen, and I'm wondering if that were their names. Are we getting a deeper story here than I realize?
Is it an original like soundtrack from the weekend,
It
or
is.
is it his?
It is. It's based off of his. Hold on. Let me get the name of the house. After the Weekend After Hours Nightmare comes off the After Hours album. He actually put a lot of thought into this. He really did. I'm intrigued. I actually did the mirror maze at the American Dream last week with my sister, and walking through going, if this is what the Weekend house is going to be like after seeing his halftime show in the Super Bowl, I'm here for it. But we do have the day passes available. Your season passes are available. Rush of Fear, Frequent Fear, Ultimate Frequent Fear are now available to purchase. They finally announced the weekend, which means we officially have no idea what's replacing The Walking Dead. Not Walking Dead, Evil Dead. Forgive me. No more. No mas. No mas. No mas. Walking Dead. Oh boy. Not Horror Nights, please.
Wait,
Save us.
we're replacing Evil Dead.
Evil Dead is out. Evil Dead was apparently heavily under construction, like almost done. Something happened and outski. That's the rumor going around, is that they had an IP pulled and it was the Evil Dead.
Where was the house going to be?
We still don't know that. I think a soundstage.
Ooh.
I think it was in a soundstage, which is not. I think it was one of the solo sound stages, which makes it a little easier to work around. But as I say that, to give a little fuel to the fire here, we have a potential leak of either not the final T-shirt or a mock-up of a T-shirt, which gives fuel to this. There are only 8 houses on the T-shirt. We're still going to have 10 at the event here, kids. 10 or 9. There's something we'll have replaced the Evil Dead. I've been hearing all sorts of things of a house called the Rat Race. Possibly it's going to be a real quick thrown in chain link. A lot of fog, Jack and people yelling at you potentially. That's a heavy rumor. I've heard things from Killer Clowns from Outer Space to Jack in the Rat Race kind of rat run kind of maze. We'll find out when we know it. But this T-shirt has 8 houses listed to really give. It's got Halloween, but Legends Collide, Horror's the Blumhouse, but it has the 5 original names. The reason a lot of us think this is real, because these are all the themes we've been hearing. Spirits of the Coven, a witch house. Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake. Fiesta de Chupacabra.
Ooh.
Descendants of Destruction, underground creatures, and Bugs Eaten Alive. My understanding of Bugs Eaten Alive, think Slaughter Cinema, so Horror Nights doing a movie kind of house, meets The Fly. So people being turned into Fiesta de Chupacabra. I love it when they do things like this. I love the La Lona house they did, so I'm really excited about that. Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake. I love when they do ice-themed houses. That's going to be good, despite the fact that the fear of tentacles. But Spirits of the Coven, a witch house was and these were all out there. Like my understanding, Descendants of Destruction, you enter through a turned over subway car. They said they are going ham on facades this year. And as I say that, we just turned over subway car.
Disaster.
Havoc derailed. I see you. That was in the disaster queue, yes. But Havoc derailed. I see you. Where we entered through a train car. But this sounds like it'll be. Honestly, I'm excited for all of this. So if those are true, and I'm sure we're going to get a dump of those soon. If maybe those aren't the real names, if those look like those are indeed going to be our houses. So then it's just the question of that's 9. If those are true, that's 9. What the heck is the 10th house? Now, the weekend not being on here is a little. I'm wondering what's going on. They haven't also done preview merchandise yet that I've seen for they've done for the other houses announced. So who knows? He could have said no, yes, merchandise rights. I want this. I want that. Who the heck knows how they're going to handle it? It's a nice looking house shirt. I dig it. We're going full throttle. Scare Zone construction is rampant. If you're going down to Universal, check it out. Scare Zone construction's happening every day. Whatever house is in the, I want to call it the disaster queue. The slow and tepid, also known as Fast and the Furious, or slow and disgruntled. The slow and disgruntled queue, which is getting a house. We know that. There's all sorts of scare zones around stuff around that. Rumor has it that was Treeks and Foons, so who knows what could be in there. Bug is. I've seen what I expect to be Bug to be the depending on how you look at it, the far sprung tent. I've seen the hallway from the aerial, and that looks like to be hallway into the house where Bug takes place.
See, they should put it over by Men in Black.
Men in Black 10 is not being used.
Interesting.
I believe whatever show they're putting in that amphitheater, which they put the lighting rigs up for, I believe that was a last-minute addition.
I am just going to say something here. You know, with the slow and the boring being all screens, it's almost, if you were really intrepid, you could figure a way to incorporate that ride into a house.
Wait, what ride?
They would never.
I know.
It's happened before, but not with that because the theming of the queue and everything would throw over. They wouldn't allow it.
What?
I don't disagree. Having where you would have to ride on Fast and Furious and make that all part of the house to get off into the main proper of the house itself, being like one giant entrance. I would love that. I agree. I think that'd be fantastic. But considering Universal's still embroiled with a lawsuit now over Jimmy Fallon.
Wait, what?
The manufacturer of the Escape from New York with Jimmy Fallon, or Race to New York with Jimmy Fallon, they're in a lawsuit that Universal cannot get dismissed over unpaid fees and whatnot. I'm sure it's going to. We'll see. I thought it would get settled, but we'll buckle up. We'll see how that goes. I don't disagree, Dozer, but it's not looking like it. You could actually parts of the queue are closed off. And I understand the attraction will not be operating since they want to get the couple emergency exits there also to get cast in and out. But again, we don't know. The only confirmed location we have is the one parade building will be Universal Monsters. Other than that, and I suspect Bug to be the one sprung tent. Other than that, we got nothing as far as Evil Dead was rumored to be in one of the first sound stages, but
the Wild West stunt, like that theater where the Wild West is Fear Factor and all that stuff. I'm just trying to remember the mapping of the park. Where is that in relationship to Kid Zone?
Nowhere near it.
So if the Wild West stage is kind of back left, if you're looking at it from the bottom, Kid Zone is to the right.
Enter the park. You walk to the right. You have to walk through Central Park. That's where it splits. Kids Zone goes to the right. Simpsons goes to the left. You have to walk through the Simpsons. That's where Men in Black is. On the other side of that would be Fear Factor Live, which leads into
So that's right. So Kids Zone's near the Animal Actor stage.
Yes.
Can I get some props for remembering the park
am
map for a
very
park I haven't been to in
I'm
12
very-
plus years?
Yeah.
One, very impressed. Very impressed, buddy. I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it was like, damn, Dozer.
Where I was going with that was apparently, I guess, Kid Zone is now rumored to be DreamWorks. They're looking at relocating, like, is that they have the Shrek meet and greet back
Already
there,
there.
and Barney. They're looking at that whole section to be now like a DreamWorks area for kids. And I thought
Oh,
that was kind of interesting.
Hold on. Can we just make this easy? DreamWorks, you can do this. Can you give us an animated ET? And then, hey, it all ties in.
I'm just gonna say something else here.
That's not a bad
Stopping Horror
idea.
Nights for 1 minute. Apparently, the going rumor right now is Universal may be okay with losing The Simpsons in 5 years.
You know what? I can completely understand that.
Bring
because
Back to the Future. Just bring it
No,
back.
in 5
No,
years.
demolish that giant
Yeah.
hunk of theater that can be used for a different attraction.
That's
In
true.
5 years, this ride has more than exceeded its life
Oh,
expectancy.
Because
absolutely.
it's time. It's time to just take that whole area out. Frankly, you can do a big project with it. I don't know, maybe a proper DreamWorks land. Gotta catch them all.
You're all right, and all I'm going to say to Brian is, remember, Dueling Dragons was demolished because it had reached the end of its useful life.
Yeah.
Well, that's because people suck.
Yes,
That-
but I'm
That is a huge, but no, you are, that's valid though, because I'm just like, that's a huge area.
yeah.
Huge in something that's landlocked. You have the apartments back there, but if you're already thinking of putting in a AR VR attraction where the Fear Factor Live arena was, you have a huge, because you have the entire Springfield area that can be. But now, as I say that, like right now, it can't happen because, like for Horror Nights, we're in an interesting predicament here. Where are you eating? Unless they're going to keep construction walls up, but maybe empty out and open up monsters to be an eatery of some sort for the event. Where are you eating besides Springfield, which can't handle the already load put on it? So that's enough. Just during the day, you have Richter's, you have Springfield, and Mel's.
Yeah, Richter's doesn't even make sense anymore.
It doesn't, thank you. Even though it's still technically it's still themed to San Francisco, but still, none of this really. I know Earthquake, but it doesn't. None of this. That's what I'm saying is you're kind of running out of. You need. That's why you don't want to pull that down until Minions Cafe is open. Oh, I can't believe I had to say that. It hurts. It hurts so much. But that's my understanding.
I am now going to state how long it's been since I've been to Universal. I've never ridden The Simpsons. I've never been to Simpsons Land.
You're not missing much.
I like it. I think The Simpsons is a cute ride.
It is, but like
last time I was there, Harry Potter wasn't even a discussion.
Yeah. Well, duh, if you've never been on The Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but not a discussion for
Even
any
Islands,
part of it.
like even for Islands of Adventure.
Even for Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there. What? Was it Murder She Wrote still there? I'm not even joking.
No,
that's a possibility.
No, it is. I'm talking. He hasn't been there in so long. I'm not joking, Brian. That's why I mean that when I say that. I'm like, I don't think it was because when you last went, pretty sure Jaws didn't close the first time, I thought.
Jaws may have closed the first time.
Okay.
It gets really hard because I'm at the point that it is in the single digits of the odds.
Did you ever ride the Mummy?
Then Harry Potter.
I have ridden the Mummy.
Okay, so
then Harry Potter was actually a discussion.
Yeah, because
but not a public.
It was not public, but Harry Potter was definitely.
Because the Mummy opened up in 2004. The Simpsons opened in 2008.
That I know.
So 6 or 7 had to be my last trip.
I shouldn't say that. No, the Harry Potter was signed probably in 2008. So but Potter might have just been in early discussions. It probably didn't leave Disney at that point.
Mm-hmm.
No, but that makes sense.
Because I've ridden the Mummy on several different trips. So I know that much. But I also know I have not been there since my dad passed. We did not go there on our last trip, which was a year or two before he passed. So that's putting us in 09 there. I know I've never ridden The Simpsons, so that pushes us before 08.
So somewhere, but you've ridden the Mummy, which was 2004. So right around junior, senior year of high school.
Senior year probably would have been my last time. My last time at Universal, because I am legitimately doing my best to think about this here, was probably whatever the last oh my God, it really was the end of my senior year. 06. Senior year. And it was when I went, senior week, everybody went to the shore. Well, I went to fucking Disney with my friends.
What's wrong with that, man? That's actually better than going to the
yeah. We did that too.
Well, I know, but the shore where all the frat boys are at, where it's like, I'm going to Disney. I got class.
We went to Disney. We went to Costco, got our beer and wine. Stayed at Westgate Lakes.
Oh, wow.
Which, because we stayed at Westgate, that's the only reason I know we also went to Universal.
And I was right. Yes, Potter was a discussion because it was announced in 2007.
So, discussion, not public.
Yeah. But I was going to say, here's the big question. Did you ride the High in the Sky Seuss trolley train ride?
No. And that...
There, right there. That's 2007. No, but I'm more asking, was it open?
No, it pissed me off because it was in the time frame they were running it.
So it would have been like 2000. It would have been 2006,
but never occupied.
Well, remember that sat there for so long. I was convinced for a while that it wasn't actually an attraction and it was just for the show.
I spent a legitimate way too much time looking for the entrance to it.
It was right there the whole time.
I remember that too, actually. For like the first couple of years, I remember going down when Islands of Adventure first opened. It was just this thing that was there, or like it would be operating, but no one would be riding it. And you just thought, oh, it's part of the Seuss Landing. It's just part of the, the model train.
This is how long ago it was. The Cat in the Hat was a premier dark ride.
Oh, God.
Back before regular maintenance was required for them to skip.
Yeah.
Now it looks like something Kennywood would put on.
That's an insult. That's an insult to Kennywood. The way they run it.
It is not an insult to Kennywood. Kennywood built us that Garfield's Nightmare.
Yes, Garfield's Nightmare, I know.
I forgot about that.
There is nothing...
We will never forget.
I know.
There is nothing worse in the world than a regional park dark ride. Every time you see a dark ride at a regional park, you're just like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. I need to ride.
I love crappy dark rides. So I see this, I'm like, must entertain myself.
Here's the problem. Regional park dark rides are crap. Boardwalk dark rides where they're like part dark ride, part bizarre roller coaster type thing are awesome.
I think it's
gonna die.
I think it's because you're at the boardwalk, so it's just like
I love the old Tunnel of Love. Nothing says I love you like a witch jumping out of nowhere.
Or in Kennywood's phase, Garfield.
Yeah, I love nothing more than Tunnel of Love style.
I loved watching something where they were talking that they were mentioning how many babies may have been conceived on Kennywood's Tunnel of Love. And I just want to sit there and go, Adventures Through Intercourse still existed.
Those, are you talking about the YouTube show Theme Park History?
No, I think Defunctland talked about it.
It might have been Defunctland. It was Defunctland or
Defunctland.
Theme Park History or Expedition Theme Park.
But Adventures Through Intercourse existed, and there were definitely people conceived during that attraction.
From miracles to molecules. Or people were having wings. They were flying all over the place. They were doing the Mile High Club, and if you had wings.
Well, what I was going to say, what extinct attraction have you ridden more times than you'd care to admit?
Ooh. An extinct attraction that I've ridden more times than I can admit.
We were all kids. We all got weird bugs up our asses for rides that we love this. No shit. Don't worry. I know mine.
See, the thing is, it's still somewhat around, but it's in California.
So
and I still love it to this day, though.
20th on Luke's going to see what?
No,
Mr. Toad.
Mr. Toad's.
Toad. One of the two.
I mean, it is so cheesy, but there's something about that ride.
I was going to say, are we just talking specifically Disney?
No, it could be anywhere.
It could be anywhere. But that, as a kid growing up, I was obsessed with Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I don't know why.
So, I think a part of this obsession, because I would have been just as obsessed with Mr. Toad's. I love that ride.
Mm-hmm.
But my obsession was Delta Dream Flight.
That's another one. That's what I was thinking.
Never been on that. Never.
If you had wings, was slightly different.
If I did it the first time I was there, I don't remember. But I remember going to Mr. Toad's a lot. I loved Mr. Toad's.
I can also think I can pinpoint why I had an obsession with it. Where in Disney could there be a long line that my dad would want to ride a ride for that I was too short to ride? Tomorrowland. I'm not going to have time to kill in Fantasyland.
Yeah.
But Tomorrowland, I might have an hour or two to kill with my mom while my dad is trying to ride Space Mountain. And what doesn't have a line?
Dream
Flight.
That's true. It was always a walk-on.
That's not nearly as good as the time I went with my grandmother to ride the TTA. We got in the wrong line.
Oh no.
What, Astro Orbiters?
Yep. With this thought of we're standing in line going, why the fuck is this taking so long?
Honest mistake. The one other Disney ride that's extinct that my dad was more obsessed over, but it was one thing that we always did, though, was Horizons. There was my dad always, that was his all-time favorite ride, was Horizons.
Body Wars was mine.
See, I didn't care.
Obsessed. As a kid, that's the kind of thing I loved. Do you remember there was this little robot where was out with the kids and could listen to things on tape? My favorite tape is the one going through the digestive. I just loved anthropomorphic vegetables, like food. I love that. I never got to do Kitchen Cabaret, unfortunately. It closed literally the day before I got to Epcot. They closed forever. Never got to do it. I wanted to do that so bad leading up to it. But Body Wars, I loved that whole thing so much. We had to do that so many times. I was so obsessed with it.
So, Epcot, I know I rode a Horizons. I know I loved it. But the ride I rode more than I should have, World of Motion.
Yeah.
I know I've done it because it was there. I don't remember doing it though. Horizons was a big NG because of the octopus. Saw it once. That was the end of that. I actually almost had a good one here, but then I found out son of a bitch Houdini is still running at Six Flags, so
Yeah.
that doesn't fit the bill.
Oh, I have one as a kid growing up that I rode a lot, but Ellen's Energy Adventure.
No, everybody rode that a lot. It was a great nap, but you didn't ride it more than you should. It's a 45-minute ride.
I know. That's a one and done for the day.
Nobody sits there and goes, rides that 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Because there were certain
Except my grandmother.
The Stuntman's Free Fall. I rode that
Journey into Imagination with the OG with Dreamfinder.
Okay.
See, that's where you guys have gone more than I have. So I was a kid. I only got to go a handful of times in certain things. I only got to go on the OG with Dreamfinder maybe a handful of times our first trip, and I don't remember it. I remember doing it, but that was the consolation prize to a kid who just found out the number one thing he wanted to do was the 2 days. First day, Dumbo was down. The next thing on my list I wanted to do was see the Veggie Show, which would be Kitchen Cabaret. That was closed. That's my first experience at Disney there, kids.
So, yeah, I'm spoiled. Now, I can't compare to Bruce. Bruce is a professional Disney person. He worked there, so his count doesn't count.
No, I don't count. I count that as one trip, believe it or not. 2 trips, sorry.
Okay.
Because when you work there for months, you go a lot. It's only one set period of time. So that's I don't count that as like multiple trips. It was one.
You were there just a long period.
Yeah. So my trip count, and I stopped keeping count, but the last count I had was 33, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm over 40.
Well, I just you guys went a lot when you were kids.
Yeah,
I didn't, and that's not knocking you guys. Obviously, I think
well,
it's great. And I can't have the certain attract. When I first went, Alien Encounter and Tower of Terror were still being built.
I mean, it was more so of a convenience because my grandfather lived in Florida. So we'd always use that as the excuse to go. I mean, and we did. I mean,
wrong with that.
I mean, we would go down at least once a year to visit my grandparents in Florida, and they happen to be like 20, 30 minutes away from Orlando.
My uncle owned a travel agency, and then that closed, and then he conned my dad into opening another travel agency. I say con, and there's stuff I'll talk about off air because that was its own world.
Yeah.
But I got to fly down to Florida on such prestigious airlines such as Kiwi and Falcon.
Ooh.
Wow.
Fancy.
Things I never knew. I boarded a 737 at MCO via stairs. That is how crappy Falcon was.
Wow.
They didn't get a jet bridge in MCO. And you know what? I say MCO because what the hell does my memory know? It may have very well been Stanford. It may not have even been MCO. But
Okay, guys. I'm looking down, distracted here for a second. I got something here. Before we finish, I got posted
okay.
yesterday. Disney guests suffering emotional trauma after seeing young children go through horrific experience.
Ooh.
Ooh, pray tell.
No, this is a good one. What happened? Their ride vehicle stopped at the top of the lift hill on the big lift hill on Splash Mountain. That was the traumatic experience that happened. My young children went through the most horrific experience of their life when Splash Mountain cast members failed to follow protocol. Lady, here's where we're going wrong. My family were on the ride when our log jolted at a complete stop at the top of a vertical slope seconds before the drop. My children's ages 9, 7, 6, and 5. After 10 minutes of being trapped on the vertical incline, my husband reached the conclusion the ride was down. My 5-year-old was shaking uncontrollably and crying in fear as I held him. My 6-year-old daughter was crying from fear and I couldn't hold her because I'm trapped in the back of the log. My 7-year-old son was having a full-blown panic attack, triggering an asthma attack. He was screaming he didn't want to die and to call 911. Security and cast members were outside the ride, hearing my frantic call to my mom and sister, and still no cast members helped. Spent over an hour consoling my children who were begging to go home. I was furious at all cast members I spoke with because all they offered was a fast pass. That's how you make up for time. Not one cast member cared about the trauma my young child lived due to the negligence to help track guests.
I would have loved to have been on the log behind them hearing
I
this.
am left with very serious aftermath emotional trauma because of how they kept blaming us. My son was having a panic attack, the beginning of an asthma attack. They said, oh, they got it out of the log. Time out. I missed something. Hold on. Pause here for a second.
This is getting better and better.
This is getting better and better.
Dale's husband decided the best way to protect his family was to exit the ride vehicle. They got out of the ride vehicle on the main lift.
Bruce, I'm going to ask you this. So she said before they came to the conclusion that it was broken, 10 minutes had passed. I'm going to make a wild guess here. Well before 10 minutes, announcements have been made.
Yes, they weren't hearing them because they were probably already screaming, but it was Brer Rog and Brer Bear causing the commotion upstream. Now, there's a chance at the very top you don't have good speakers for it, but I guarantee they probably started panicking right away. We're talking over it, but the Brer Frog and Brer Bear definitely 100% happened more than once.
Oh my God.
Had to be. And so go on.
And as this man is trying to leave his log, how much is a cast member screaming into the PA system, please stay in your log?
Constantly. The fact they call the commotion they caused when someone probably said, especially where they are, that they were getting out, the panic that ensued behind stage it was a level 10.
The fact right here, the fact that they got fast passes and not a fast pass to the exit
is impressive.
I'm wondering if she's just not saying they might have been escorted. They might have given a one-time pass, but we're told that was they might have been escorted. They might have said maybe she just didn't say it because it said they offered them fast passes. There's a chance it was we offer them fast passes and then offer them the exit. Now, for those of you who don't in case we have a listener or someone actually listens to this, for those who don't know, the standard protocol is when they start evacuating, they're in the middle of the attraction. They evacuate starting at the load and work their way forward. So one of the worst places to be is the log who can see the exit because you have to just sit there and wait. So where they are, they may actually go to the lift hill first. I forget how Splash work with that. So they may not have been too far from getting help and getting there. They probably started at the bottom of the lift hill and worked their way up. That's most likely how it was done. The last thing on earth you should ever do is get out of your vehicle. Odds are if they bitched, that was probably a ma'am here, and you wake up with time. Having had somebody who, the reason I really like this, having had a guest who was caught on the lift hill of Splash Mountain, same situation. Okay, the kid did pee himself, so we had to get the kid new shorts. Done, no problem. But the grandmother, the demon birds, the demon birds. We're standing by, a bunch of cast members are going, what the heck are they talking about? And they chime in, guys, they were at the base of the lift. The demon birds are the funeral director vultures. And they had to have a stuffed animal, and said, ma'am, that's not happening. You have to give my grandkids a stuffed animal. And I said, that's not gonna happen. Here's what we're giving you. If you don't like that, here's the number to call.
So I need to state this because this is really starting to bother me, and I have noticed more. And it is these sensationalized beyond belief stories that these outlets are publishing for Disney, like mundane things happening.
Yeah.
Like,
how could cast members not follow protocol? You don't know what protocol is. Did you work there? You don't know what protocol is.
I can tell you this. There is very few things more dangerous in a theme park than being evacuated on a lift hill.
With a water attraction.
With any attraction, but
With
water especially.
Yeah, I'm just saying, add in the fact that this is a water attraction and that there could be wet. The lift hill evacs, this is serious business. If they did one thing wrong, it would have been great, because the lawsuit would have been, did you get out of the vehicle? Yes. Why did you get out of the vehicle?
Never leave a vehicle unless there is a cast member there telling you to get out.
There is only one situation I will okay getting out of a vehicle ahead of time.
It is on fire.
Well, I was gonna say on fire. 3 on fire, underwater. You see something severely mechanical happening to you.
Yes.
If you see you're about to hit a wall, then you get out of you try to get out of the vehicle, get to a safe position.
Let me put it this way. Your life is in mortal danger.
You have to, and not just think like here, word call 911. You have to literally be going, if I don't, it has to be Space Mountain didn't stop, and we're pulling around, and I see the clearance level. If I don't get out, I'm dead. Yeah, you have to be in mortal danger, certain mortal danger.
And after a 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute, 35 seconds at the top of the lift hill, assuming that there is nothing wrong with your log, the worst thing that can happen is you go down the hill as intended.
Mm-hmm.
There will be nothing, no boat is getting stopped in a spot where you will hit it with any speed.
Right.
Now, I understand waiting being disconcerting. I did not want to go on to Dudley Do Right, one of the one times right Universal. And I'm waiting for my family. And I'm waiting and I'm waiting. All of a sudden, the water just stops coming down the lift hill. Coming down the drop. The water just stopped. My parents and sister were the log waiting to go down. You can see, they were the log waiting to go down. They had to be evac from Dudley Do Right. Literally. Well, and again, it's because of where you are. What if you fell? What if something happened? Your kid freaks out, jumps back, and falls down that lift hill. I keep saying lift hill. The drop.
Drop, right.
One of my favorite, and I really shouldn't say favorite, but one of my best examples of the level of danger you're dealing with when being evac'd from a lift hill. I was on Steel Force. We stopped about half to 3/4 of the way up. Why did we stop? A guy was out of his seat threatening to jump.
Oh my God.
What did they do? They didn't evacuate him down the hill. They handcuffed him to the seat and made him finish the ride and arrested him when he got to the bottom.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they restrain him in somehow.
Oh yeah.
Because what the hell are you going to do? You're going to walk a suicidal man down that lift?
A suicidal man who had no problem taking you over.
Yeah, no. You're going to ratchet that lap bar down as tight as you can. You're going to apply handcuffs so he can't get out. And
You're gonna apply handcuffs and go, go, go. Hate to say it like that, but it's gonna be the moment you're clear. Send her up.
yeah. So it's not something you take lightly, the evacuation from a lift hill. And this is me not knowing the full rides. Splash Mountain doesn't often cascade to the point of requiring total evac.
It's more often than you think.
It's more often than I think, but it's not like Space.
It's not like Space. No, it's nothing like Space Mountain. Oftentimes, it's for the most mundane reasons. I swear the rumor always was it broke from a Milky Way wrapper. I'm not kidding. That's one of the rumors when I was down there. It went down at 9 a.m. on a hot summer day all day because of a Milky Way wrapper. I swear to God, that's the rumor.
One of my favorite rumors, and knowing how technical the ride is, to a degree, I believe it. A flash from a camera at the wrong part will shut down Tower of Terror.
Oh, I can believe that.
Knowing how that ride operates and how technical it is with the safety systems, yeah, I could see that.
Which is funny if you think about it. That is the gold standard for operation at Disney World. And I've heard that too. And that's the wrong flash will shut it down. What? Then how the rest of these things running?
Oh, there is nothing I have ever wanted to. So our first trip to Disney, we're on one ride. I slap Meg's hand as she's taking flash photos in the ride. And she doesn't quite fully get why this is not something you do. The next ride we get on was Pirates. The family in front of us they were just going ham, flashes everywhere. And because of all the flashes, she was seeing how fake everything is.
Yes.
They're dark rides for a reason.
She's like, oh. I'm like,
I will deny this to most, but I have on more than one occasion bumped somebody on an attraction to knock their camera or whatever they're holding out of their hands and into the water. Take flash pictures. You get what you get.
Can you next time that if I ride Space Mountain, can you do that to the person in front of me? Because the last time I was on Space Mountain, I'm not kidding, had his phone out with the flashlight on the entire.
Bruce is in the front of the car.
I was gonna say I can't because I'm in the front of the car or I can't ride.
Oh,
my knees do not like the back row, and it's bad enough of the cursing. You've never ridden Space Mountain with me. The cursing that comes from Bruce on Space Mountain. Not as bad as the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn, somebody was filming the version of the Matterhorn. You couldn't show it to anybody. All this guy had to have was me. Fuck, shit, ow, motherfucker, why is Disney trying to, ow, fuck, That's me on the Matterhorn just cursing the whole time. I couldn't help it. It hurt. Every motion hurt so bad. We pulled in the station. My buddy gets out first. I'm struggling out of, what'd you think? Disneyland wants to hurt me. Why?
What did I ever do to you?
Yeah, I was upset. And then our next attraction was Big Thunder. And now I'm there. I'm like, my head's down. He goes, what's wrong? I'm like, the first one hurts and this one burns. Disney hates. Like, all Disneyland wants to do is murder me. He's dying. He's like, buddy. I'm like, why? What did I do?
The first one hurts. This one burns.
He was dead, and then we're waiting for the unload. I'm like, why, Disney? Why? I'm saying this loudly. He's like, stop it.
That's true because their station is outside.
Yes.
Why? I'm melting. We went on Pirates and that fixed everything. I'm like, because after that it started to rain. It never rains in California until I complain about the heat.
I do remember that because like when I took Liz out to Disneyland too, we did like I think our first ride was Big Thunder Mountain. And I remember her saying something like, "Wait, are we not going downstairs?" I'm like, "What do you mean
Nope.
downstairs?" She's like, "Don't you go around like a mill?" I'm like, "That's Florida, honey. This is sunny California where there is no shade."
Shade. He was just gone. I'm like, why? He's like, oh my god.
So clearly the cue for Thunder Mountain in Disneyland was the inspiration for Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
Sunny Florida. Who needs shade?
Yeah.
Well, not just that. Who needs place to stand from the rain?
And have no shelter.
Look, I love Disney. Hollywood Studios is always one of my favorite parks. But oh my God, is it a disaster of layout? Is it a disaster of places to sit? Is it a disaster of shade? It is a disaster of a park. It is Disney's probably worst venture in park design. Like, yes, you can feel lost in Animal Kingdom, but that's the point.
Right.
It had a point at one point. It had an idea at one point. The problem is every little change wasn't thought with the bigger picture when they started changing it.
Well, yeah, the initial point was, let's make a giant hidden Mickey.
Yes. Well, the original point was, let's beat Universal to the punch.
Yeah. Michael Eisner going, well, I'm not having a movie theater theme park in this town without Disney being the first one.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, the stories are better from Universal. Jaws, enough said. Anyway. Speaking of Hollywood Studios viewers, the good news. I have good news. I have moved my trip up a month. So you will be getting Bruce's thoughts on Rise of the Resistance in just a month and a half.
God damn, it's that close already.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Possibly Guardians still?
That Monday, I'm going to get there. As thanks to my good friend at Love the Mouse Travel, who's going to be helping me book everything, Brian.
Gee, who's that?
Yeah. We're going day one. I'm going to get there. Hopefully get to my resort. Will hopefully be a Skyliner. On the Skyliner, right to Hollywood. Don't care about the wait. 2.5 hours. Screw it. Right to Rise of the Resistance. Now, without a boarding group, I'm just going to wait and see what happens from there. Day two, I'm going to try for Guardians. If I get it, I get it. If not, I'm going to do Ratatouille, whatever it was at Epcot. And moment park hopping opens, I'm jumping over to Magic because I want one more time on Splash. As we're talking about Splash Mountain, I want one last journey.
Are you going to do the individual lightning lanes?
I would like to at least try it. Why not?
I am going to say this because I am somebody. It's an unpopular opinion, but for Rise of the Resistance, 2.5 hours, that is a fair wait.
It is.
You guys aren't helping this.
I know.
But if you can get a lightning lane, get the lightning lane.
I'm not getting down. My flight's not getting in till almost noon.
Oh.
So lightning lane, because I would like to get it. I would try.
Bruce.
I want to try Genie Plus just to try it, and I want to try to buy a lightning lane.
Bruce,
Cosmic might be my only on it is lightning lane.
7 a.m. You can buy that lightning lane.
Yeah, that day.
You don't have to be there.
Oh, do I have to be checked in?
No.
You're
7 a.m. You can buy it.
Isn't that a gamble though? What if it's buy it and it's like noon?
No, you can pick your time once you select it.
Oh, well,
generally you select it, and then it'll give you the range of times. When you look at it on the app, it'll tell you the soonest possible time.
I would be on my way to the airport.
And at 9 o'clock, you can book your second lightning lane.
This makes things very interesting.
Rise of the Resistance is Lightning Lane Plus.
Right, but I'm just saying if you wanted to do the Genie.
Oh, I want to try the whole shebang for 2 days.
That's what I'm saying.
I may change my mind when I'm down there. We'll see. Wednesday is now an open day because I didn't realize Horror Nights. There was only one Wednesday without Horror Nights, and that's the week I'm going.
That sucks.
It's
Hey, I'm still doing 3 nights, and this is when Eric can do it. It's important for me and him to do it together.
That's
so.
right, because he's the one that's going to Tokyo, right? Isn't this
they're already the konnichiwa day. Tony, Rebecca, if you're watching this, love you.
Can I send you a shopping list? There are some bourbons that are only sold in Japan because the Japanese really like their whiskey.
They do.
And there's some Blanton's I need that is only sold there, Black Label.
I've never tried Japanese whiskey.
Oh,
it's good stuff.
Really?
So, straight up Japanese made whiskey is very much in the Scotch style.
Okay.
So it's peaty, it's got that long age, but it's the best way to put it is if Scotch is an Italian car, Japanese is a German car. It is built precisely and scientifically, whereas Scotch is by feel.
Yeah.
So, Japanese whiskey, good stuff, but they also just have a big whiskey culture. And a lot of good whiskey is only sent to Japan. There's several Blantons that are only sold in Japan. Four Roses has 10 different recipes of their single barrel.
No.
Wow.
Oh, wow. One of them is sold in America.
I did not know that. There's a fact. There's a Jeopardy fact for you, folks.
There are 10 different recipes of Four Roses single barrel. You can get any of them if you do buy an entire fucking barrel in America. Or you could go to Japan and buy them off the shelf.
Interesting.
Much bigger whiskey culture there than you would think.
It is very much bigger. I recently found that out.
Another country that has a large whiskey culture is India. The only difference is Japanese actually makes their own whiskey. India makes their own whiskey too, just nobody wants to drink it.
Got it. Gotcha. Understood.
Have you ever heard of an Indian whiskey?
No. Say no more, fam.
No.
So, and that could be purely a supply thing. You know, they have 5 bajillion people there. Indian whiskey can only support India. But that's off topic. No, get there. Book your lightning lane on your way there.
Done.
You could probably do it the second you're in the airport if you want to feel a little better.
No, I don't. If you say I can book the time, I'll try. If I don't, listen. If I can't book it, I can't book it. But I'd like to try.
And honestly, dude, here's the other thing too. Mobile check-in saves so much time versus checking at the.
I'm
desk.
assuming I'm a little bit to kind of loosey goosey go with the flow with this trip because it doesn't matter. My room's not going to be ready. I'm going to get there and go. Excuse me, please watch this.
So here's the question. You're going to Disney. What are the 5 must-have items you need to pack other than clothes?
Is this an open
for
discussion?
Anybody? 5 must-have items you need
sunglasses,
to pack.
hat.
Hat.
Minus clothes, right?
Yes.
Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen.
I gotta have my portable backup battery for the portable battery charger. I'm probably not gonna do a refillable bottle, but who knows?
For me, it's a refillable bottle, hat. I don't think about sunglasses because I wear glasses all the time. I just consider them part of my wardrobe, so I'm not counting those. Moleskin. Vaseline and sunscreen.
Oh, I'm not counting Vaseline because I'm not counting that. I have more than one product I use to help me.
For what? That Disney rash?
for the chub rub, and it's
Oh,
chub rub is real.
what do you use?
I use I use a combination of a Glide powder and another ointment that I use. I Frankenstein it, and it has to be done in the shower because usually I put a little too much of this, a giant cloud of white smoke after I walk out.
Does it work? I mean, does it?
I've gotten it works excellent. I get through. I'll do this before horror nights. It gets, and that's the thing. I have to have. I will replace moleskin with my good shoes. I don't count that as clothing. I have a nice pair of sandals that's gotten me through, and I have to have the good shoes. Other than that, my ortho feet, I'm golden for the trip. But yeah, no, I have a whole slew of products to keep me going throughout the day. But this is my first time doing a park day in a long time. I'm
Mhm.
gonna really have to up it. I may go back to the hotel just to reapply.
The strangest thing I have found, like, I used to historically be blisters all over my feet every Disney trip. The thing I found that has stopped that is I never wear the same pair of shoes 2 days in a row. It may be they don't get the proper time to dry out between days.
Right.
I don't know. But also, I'm switching between shoes. I might be wearing sneakers one day, Crocs with socks another day, and don't knock the socks. In Florida, you
Knocking it.
need them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not needed the moleskin, really, I've packed. In fact, lately I've needed it more for Bella, but pack
Does
that moleskin.
do the Crocs really work with Disney? I mean, like, do they hold up through the park?
If you are a frequent Croc wearer, yes.
Yes.
If you never wear Crocs and you bought a pair of Crocs to wear there, oh hell no.
I didn't
Any
think
shoe.
yeah.
Any shoe. I have
yeah.
I have sandals that I wear. My sandals, they're an ortho feet, but they have the orthotics for the plantar fasciitis. But I'll tell you, I got through 4 nights of horror nights last year, no problem. No issue.
Yep.
No blisters on my feet. No more tired than normal.
The Crocs, you need to wear them in just a little bit so they get to the point that they're not hard anymore. They're soft.
The Crocs with socks, though. With
socks.
That's I think that's also the key thing is people wear the Crocs thinking like, oh, they're squishy and soft, and then they don't wear the socks, and then it's like ugh, you get that smell.
Any kind of sandal, just in general. If you don't wear it in, don't bring it to Disney. If
Yeah.
you're not worn in and you haven't tried them out at least a few hours, don't do it. You're just good. You're just and that's disaster for all.
Right.
For us, that's no problem. But for your average guest, that's an end of a trip scenario.
Yeah.
It makes everything awful.
I love when you hear people, but Crocs with socks is so fashionable. Have you looked at the fashion of Disney? Don't worry
It's
about
like
it.
nobody's judging you what you're wearing at Disney.
Who cares? Who cares?
Like, look, I'm not going to sit here and wear like knee-high crew socks or whatever with it, but I'll wear ankle socks or whatever. It just that little bit prevents so many blisters because your feet do move in them a lot.
Right.
Because it's just me, there's a lot of give and take with this trip. Like I don't plan on beating my feet to hell at Disney. It's just gonna, other than getting to where I need to with a reservation, it's just gonna be like, okay. Hollywood, because I want to do Genie Plus. I'd like to buy the Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance. I'd like to do Mickey's Runaway Railway because I have never done it. I'd like to just, this is kind of clean up on smaller things I've never done. Ratatouille.
Ratatouille is fun. I like that.
Just things I've never done. Listen, I'm gonna try for Cosmic. We'll see.
You'll get it. I hate all this shit of I need to plan my rides in advance.
I know.
I hate it so. I don't mind having a little more stress at the beginning of the trip because the end it's going to be a lot of relax a little bit and well, the nighttime is a go.
Here's another point or two that I've now this happened to me successfully. Get on Rise 10, 15 minutes before the park closes. Guarantee, even though we'll say like a 60-minute wait.
They're
So-
going to churn you through there.
I walked right on. I walked right. It was like on the
Oh,
lot.
well, if
like-
I'm there, if I'm there at the end of the day, maybe I'll try it. Why not?
Just I would be shocked. Like 15 minutes before the park closes, if you get there and it's still like an hour wait.
I plan on trying to do it twice if I can. I plan on doing Runaway Railway Tower at least once, just for good measure. I'm not expecting the success I had at Guardians at Disneyland, where I get through the showroom and we need one rider here.
I know lately, I don't know what it is with Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, but like, when I was down there, there were a few days where the line was longer for that than Star Wars.
It could just be bad write-offs. The write-offs may not care anymore.
True. I just thought maybe for popularity reasons that it's just more people are riding Tower of Terror.
It could also be if the ride next door has issues, like it often does.
Hey, have you guys seen the Avengers Campus Paris? The new. I'm actually impressed with this Avengers roller coaster that they. Now, what I think they should have done to kind of tip the hat nod to Rock and Roller Coaster is if they threw in AC/DC music because of Iron Man. But that's just me. That's what I would have done.
Maybe. But I'm going to roll off some rumors right here because we have some opening date rumors.
Oh.
Sorry, Bruce. Not for you, but for
Opening
me.
no. This is skeptical. That's my skeptical. Opening date rumors. Okay. I know it could be open when I go. I'll believe it when I see it for this year, though.
The dates fit for these, so I'm going to Fantasmic.
Oh, okay. Oh, fine. When's that supposed to come back?
These are reopening dates, not opening dates. So.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tron. Like,
No,
yeah, okay. I'll
I'm-
believe an opening date for that when I see a pig fly.
Both of these attractions are technically reopening on the same date, according to these rumors, featured on KennyThePirate.com. And it is Fantasmic and the Walt Disney World Railroad.
Okay.
Fantasmic has begun fireworks testing.
Yes, did hear that.
And the date that is the rumored date fits a lot of things because it'll be the 51st anniversary of October 1st.
Okay.
And I will be happy to ride the Railway once again, but I will be more excited to potentially have Bella finally see Fantasmic.
Yeah.
That's a show tailor-made for the little kids.
Especially now that the Pocahontas scene is gone. And we got movies she knows.
Yeah.
What is it, Encanto or what are they doing?
Moana.
Is it Moana?
Moana would actually make more sense here.
And here we go again. Here we go. She's coming back. More Stitch.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Encanto. What's the most popular song and it doesn't fit?
We don't talk about Bruno.
Doesn't fit. Just doesn't make sense.
Unless they tie it in with Luca.
Silencio, Bruno.
Silencio, Bruno. I'm just saying, it really doesn't. I'm just saying, stylistically, I don't think the song fits.
I mean, Mickey's dream sequence, it could be something with like.
Look,
I'm
just going to say Pocahontas didn't really fit.
I think Pocahontas fit. I'm just simply saying, the song is his normal shtick, and I think that his work. Again, it's all still freaking him, but I think the work in Moana fits better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, water.
I was kind of hoping pirates, but
no.
Enough. No mas.
Okay. Let's review. When did they have to begin planning this? a while ago. You know, before a certain trial had ended.
Yeah.
Who were they not going to put in more places at that moment?
Amber Heard.
Well, definitely not her, but also not anymore Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Now, if they were planning it today, maybe it's a different story. You know, since apparently they offered him $1,000 or $1 million more than he said he would not agree to.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Let it die.
Here's my thought. If there is no Johnny Depp, let pirates die.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep it, you have to have him. None of the other characters have really felt right without him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wasn't talking about the movies. I was just talking about like in the parks. My God, let it go.
Yes.
It exists in one place for a reason. Let it go.
No. That exists in like 12 places.
I know.
What?
Let it go.
Oh.
As you said that, I'm like, yes, I know. I'm aware.
But hey, you know, you can always go to the Princess Fairy Tale Hall and see Elena of Avalor.
There is
Okay, that's an A character right there.
There is as much chance of me doing that as me doing Enchanted Tales with Belle.
That needs to reopen first.
I know, but I'm just simply
That's
stating.
actually cute.
There's no chance of me doing something like that.
This is my pissed off face that as of my last trip it is not reopened, because that is something my little Bella would friggin' love.
She would. I'm stunned they haven't reopened it, but that could just be who knows, an entertainment issue.
That's exactly what it is. But I miss that attraction. But you have also no idea how happy Bella was to meet Elena of Avalor, a show she does not watch.
I was just going to say, is that show even on still?
Does on matter? Disney Plus exists. She was watching Roly Poly Oly.
That's true. Well, yeah, that's true. To be fair.
And to be fair, they update the Disney Junior show section of Hollywood Studios so often Roly Poly Oly might still be there.
Didn't he come out during the what was that one movie? Meet the Robinsons?
No, I think it was just somebody who looked like him, because it was all... Maybe he was there. I don't know.
It came out around the same time.
Yes. I thought you were saying featured in that movie. There's a lot of weird deep cuts in that movie, so...
Because that came out, that was during the whole, like, what, Y2K, post Y2K.
Roly Poly Oly might be a little earlier.
You mean Roly Poly Oly and Meet the Robinsons coming out at the same time?
Yeah, didn't that come out
no, Roly Poly earlier.
Roly Poly Oly was like late 90s. Meet the Robinsons was like 2008.
Really?
Similar animation.
Yeah.
Well, one with a budget, one done by a guy on his Apple II.
Yeah, no, I was going to say Roly Poly Oly is definitely before that.
Well, I knew it was before it, but I just... Really? It came out in the 90s?
Roly Poly Oly.
Are we that old?
Bruce, you nailed it on the head. It was the same year I thought, 1998.
Yeah, I was like, it's definitely late 90s.
Meet the Robinsons. Sorry, you were a year off. 2007.
I knew it was later 2000s. It was getting up there.
But on that incredible bombshell, Bruce, do you have any more horror night shit?
I got nothing. I'll have more for you soon, but not next week. Bruce is going into the woods.
It's about time again.
Into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, you got anything?
No, just like and follow my page at Brian I Love the Mouse Travel, where I can help you with all of your vacation needs, whether it be Disney, Alani, Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Adventures by Disney, or Universal.
Please go to Alani.
That's on my bucket list. Actually, I've been.
It's on my bucket list too. But, go there. You've ruined DVC, so you may as well go there and use it.
Facts.
Yeah.
But on that incredible bombshell, it is midnight. Do you know where your kids are? We're the Diz Idiots, the dumbest show in all of Disney podcasting for now. Have a great night.